And for Off the Block, I'm Vane Lips, joined alongside by Jonathan Bates on the Flora Poly Pavilion, where, Jonathan, you were keeping track. 5 hours and 7 minutes of volleyball tonight. Both games go 5. You have Long Beach State rallying from a 2-game deficit to defeat UCLA, and then you have Ball State almost getting the win. But Hawaii came back in 4, came back in 5, get the win. Impressive serving performance by the Rainbow Warriors. Jonathan, what stood out for you the most tonight?
The Long Beach State UCLA match was clearly a tale of two halves, if not really halves. But first two sets for UCLA had 6 aces, 9 service errors. Last 3 sets, 0 aces, 13 service errors. Flip the other side for Long Beach State, 0 aces and 9 errors first 2 sets, 7 and 11 in the last 3 sets. It's just amazing how the momentum changed in that match. I have not seen anything like that, like a complete 180. The Ball State Hawaii match, I was thinking that Ball State really had a chance, and then in the 5th set, the block just disappeared for the Cardinals, and that would, we can attribute that to the tough service of Hawaii for sure, and that ultimately did them in the 5th set.
Yeah, and you talk about the tough serving of Hawaii. I have to agree with you there. Lights out Tella, back-to-back aces in part of a 4-0 run to open the 4th game, and then Hawaii 4 aces on 12 of the first plays. My voice is getting choked up as I'm trying not to cough here, but not an indication right there of the play that we saw. But I want to jump back really quick talking about the UCLA and Long Beach State match. You look at just how that 5th game played out. UCLA was up by 2 points. UCLA was up 13-12. Just couldn't close it out, and it's frustrating that's how that match ends for your UCLA, because you're playing so well those first 2 games. And I think the fact that John Sparrow kind of alluded to, the big turning point in that match was Long Beach State going on a 3-0 run to start the 3rd game. Even though they were down 2-0, that really kind of kick-started, gave them the momentum, and Long Beach State just didn't look back. And then Nikolov really got comfortable with his serve going in.
I want to highlight something that our senior contributor Brandon Johnson pointed out during the match to us, that it was I think one thing that Coach and I did that really flipped the script, so to speak, for Long Beach State was having Torrey start serving, so that he could start the match, but then also start the set and end the set as well. And that he was a big difference in terms of the service pressure that Long Beach State was able to put on UCLA in the last 3 sets.
And you talk about the moment for him, match-winning ace in overtime of the 5th game. This is an individual highly touted from Germany. Came on in, has really struggled to find the court, actually played middle attacker at some points this season. He's found his role as a serving specialist and has done really well. And then, we jump back to the latter match, Ball State, Hawaii. We kind of looking at that match as well. I think that for me, what stood out here is Ball State showed that they belonged. I think that there was always some question among people, especially on the islands, of, okay, you beat Hawaii twice, but Hawaii didn't have all their star players. So, how good is this Ball State team? I thought that was unfair criticism, because Ball State showed that they were a good team throughout the season. But their performance tonight, they erased any question that people have. Ball State is back. I don't think that this is a blip in the pan where, in 2042, we're going to be sitting here like, oh, Ball State's returned 20 years later to the NCAA Tournament for the first time. I think that this is the start of something that's special. Brewing, Jonan Cruz, you talk about the job that he's doing, bringing the recruits, bringing the players, and then Caleb Jennings announced in the news conference that he's coming back for a 6th, 5th COVID break, whatever we call it at this point. We're not even sure. So I think for Ball State, as gut-wrenching as this loss is, and it's gut-wrenching, you have to feel proud of the way that Ball State represent themselves, represent their university, and same thing for UCLA.
With Ball State, I mean, with both matches going Cinco, I can't say that Ball State was clearly the fourth best team here. Like, there is a hair's difference between these teams, and I think you're talking about the recruits that Donan Cruz is bringing in. He's going to have a national recruiting base, and I think that's something a little different for Ball State. And I think that the seniors like Panay Zixon are leaving the program in great shape, and Donan's just going to take it to a whole nother level.
Yeah. So lots of good stuff happening here at Poly Pavilion tonight. We had some epic volleyball take place. First time since 2014 that both semifinal matches went 5. That also means that we're highly exhausted. We'll probably be sleeping in a little bit, but we got another big match to get ready for. The NCAA finals are set between Long Beach State and Hawaii, and you're going to want to stay here at offtheblogblog.com for all your coverage leading up to that big match.